Let's transition to the NBA, and let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. As the Lakers, they beat the Warriors last night, 124-111. LeBron James only had 13 points on 5 of 20 shooting from the floor, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Anthony Davis, he had 12 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist. And after the game, Anthony Davis spoke in his post-game press conference. Take a listen.
AD and LeBron didn't get going as much as they wanted to tonight, but we're deep, and I think that's the statement we want to make. So if it's not one player, it's going to be another player, and any given night.
I think we're playing well. We're clicking, and we know that we don't have much time. So, even though we, have a couple practices, we still trying to figure things out on the fly, and our constant communication is helping that as well. So, like I said, the past 2 games we look really good as a whole. Hopefully, D'Lo, injury isn't, severe where he missed time, but I think we got a complete team where we're able to make a little run.
That was Malik Beasley and Anthony Davis in the immediate aftermath of the Lakers 124-111 win over the Warriors last night. And so Anthony Davis had some comments before the All-Star break, and he said on the final stretch, each game is a must-win. That was Anthony Davis. So when it comes to the Lakers and whether or not I believe that the Lakers can actually make the playoffs this year, it's going to come down to one man and one man only, Anthony Davis. Because I look at last night, even in last night's game, right? I understand that Malik Beasley had a great performance. Beasley last night, 25 points, 9 of 16 shooting from the floor, 7 of 11 shooting from three-point range. That's exactly why Rob Pelinka and the Lakers traded for Malik Beasley, because they want him to be able to hit perimeter shots. And they also brought in Vanderbilt as well. Last night, he only had 4 points, but he can definitely help you defensively, for sure. I understand that Beasley had a great performance, being able to hit his shots last night. But why in the hell did Anthony Davis only have 5 shot attempts? How in the hell are the Lakers going to be championship contenders if Anthony Davis is only shooting 5 shot attempts? LeBron James, he struggled last night. He only shot 5 of 20 from the floor. But at least he had 20 shot attempts. Anthony Davis had 5 shot attempts last night. Malik Beasley, he made more shots than Anthony Davis attempted last night. 5 shot attempts, and you Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis is supposed to be a top 10 player in the NBA. Anthony Davis is supposed to be the best player on this Lakers basketball team. And the man only shot 5 shots last night. When is Anthony Davis going to wake up? When is he going to realize that in order for the Lakers to be championship contenders, he has to be an elite player on this basketball team? The same way we look at Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, that's the same way we should be viewing Anthony Davis. I remember when the Lakers won a championship in the bubble a few years ago. And remember in the bubble, on the way to the finals, the Lakers, they had to play the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. And Anthony Davis outplayed Jokic by far in that series. Like, it was a significant margin how AD outplayed the Joker in that Western Conference Finals. And then the Lakers go on to win the championship. And I said at that moment that Anthony Davis was the best big man in the game. Best big man in the game. Before, because remember, this was before Giannis won his first championship. And I said that Anthony Davis is better than Giannis. He's better than the Joker, he's better than Joel Embiid. Anthony Davis is the best big man in the game. This was when the Lakers won a championship in the bubble. Have things have changed. Like, since the bubble, Giannis has won an NBA championship. The Joker has won 2 NBA MVPs. And Joel Embiid has emerged as a top 3 big man in the game. Joel Embiid is significantly better than Anthony Davis is. He's way better. The Joker is way better than Anthony Davis is. And so when you ask the question whether or not the Lakers can make a playoff run, it's going to depend on, A, if Anthony Davis is available. That's the first thing that has to happen. He has to be available for the Lakers to be championship contenders. And we all know best ability is availability. And reliability also matters as well. And that's something that Anthony Davis has struggled with since his career has started. Definitely since he's been in LA. I remember when Charles Barkley was talking about Anthony Davis, and he nicknamed him Street Clothes. He called him Street Clothes because we always see Anthony Davis in street clothes. We see Anthony Davis more in street clothes than we do his actual uniform. And I love AD. Let me be very, very clear. Anthony Davis, at his best and at his maximized potential, I think Anthony Davis could be the most talented power forward of all time. Talented. Just from a talent perspective, Anthony Davis can do it all. He can hit perimeter shots. He can come down on a low block and get his own shot. He can go to the free throw line and hit free throws as well. Defensively, he's a great rim protector when he's engaged. But for some reason, since he's been with the Lakers, outside of their championship run in the bubble, Anthony Davis has been a disappointment. He's been a disappointment. And at this point in his career, there's no reason why LeBron James should be the best player on this Lakers team. It should be Anthony Davis. So when you ask the question, can the Lakers go on a deep playoff run? You got to ask the question, is Anthony Davis going to elevate his game and be more aggressive and engaged for this Lakers team to be successful? If the answer is yes, then I believe the answer is also yes to the Lakers being able to go on a deep playoff run. Because I think if he's at his best, LeBron James is still a top 5 player in the NBA at his best. And I believe that duo with AD and LeBron, at their best, they can be better than a Steph and a Clay. They can be better than a Kawhi and a Paul George. They can be better than a Jokic and a Murray. In a playoff series, if Anthony Davis is playing at his best and maximizing his potential, I'm not betting against LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I'm not going to bet against them. But the problem is Anthony Davis being able to be consistent and also be available for the Lakers to go on a deep playoff run. I love the moves that Rob Pelinka made at the trading deadline. Bringing in Malik Beasley is going to help them shooting from the perimeter. Bringing a player like Vanderbilt who can help them defensively as well. Bringing in D'Angelo Russell, who injured his ankle last night. Hopefully that injury is not serious. He can come back and help contribute because I think Russell is a better fit for the Lakers than Russell Westbrook was. And then they also brought in Mo Bamba. And last night, Mo Bamba, he hit 2 3-point shots, had 10 points. Okay, you still got Austin Reeves. Last night, Austin Reeves had 17 points. Austin Reeves, he defends. He can also hit a few perimeter shots. And you also got Dennis Schroeder. Now, Dennis Schroeder can play. Dennis Schroeder can definitely contribute on a championship contender. On any given night, Dennis Schroeder can drop 15 points. So I like the Lakers. I really, really do. I think the Lakers are a better basketball team now compared to what they were at the beginning of the season. So I think the biggest thing for the Lakers, in order for them to go on a championship run and get back into the playoff mix, is they're going to have have some high production from Anthony Davis. Now, in the standings right now, the Lakers are 13th in the West with a 29-32 record. So the Blazers are the 12th seed in the West. Thunder are the 11th seed. Warriors are the 10th seed. Jazz 9, 8 Pelicans, 7 Timberwolves, 6 Mavericks. In order to avoid the play-in, the Lakers have to leapfrog some of these teams that are above them, like the Jazz, like the Timberwolves, like the Pelicans. Pelicans right now, they're 30-30. Not sure if they played last night, but this was before last night. They're 30-30. Pelicans don't have Zion. I'm not sure the Pelicans are going to be able to keep up with the rest of these teams in the West. The Jazz, they actually were supposed to be tanking this year. This was supposed to be a year where the Jazz tank and get a high draft pick. So I don't expect the Jazz to stay in there at 9. They're the 9th seed right now in the West. I think the Lakers can leapfrog the Jazz. The Warriors are the 10th seed, but the Lakers just beat the Warriors last night. So they're climbing up those standings in the Western Conference. Here's what's going to be key. If the Lakers find a way to get to the number 6 spot in the Western Conference, I believe that the Lakers could win a first-round playoff series. If they have to play the Nuggets or the Suns, I would favor the Suns and the Nuggets over the Lakers right now. I would. But if they have to play the Grizzlies or the Kings, I think the Lakers could beat the Grizzlies or the Kings. I'm not sold on the Memphis Grizzlies. I know they're the number 2 seed right now in the West. I am not sold on Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. Like my boy Shannon Sharp said, I love Shannon Sharp on Undisputed. He said for a team who hasn't won anything, they damn sure talk a lot. Memphis hasn't won anything. And last night, they blew a double-digit lead to the Philadelphia 76ers. I know how great Ja Morant is, but I got my questions about the rest of his supporting cast. The Sacramento Kings, they're having a great season. Mike Brown should be the NBA Coach of the Year. And I love what De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis is doing with the Kings. But if the Kings had to play the Lakers in the first round, I'm putting my money on the Lakers. I would expect LeBron James and Anthony Davis to beat De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. And I think the Lakers would beat the Kings and advance to the second round of the NBA playoffs. So unless they have to face the Suns or the Nuggets, I definitely believe that the Lakers could make some noise in the playoffs if they move up to a 6th spot in the West. But it's going to be tough. Also, you got Dallas there too. Dallas with Kyrie, with Luka Doncic. Offensively, I think they're unstoppable. I think they're unstoppable from an offensive standpoint. But defensively, I think that the Mavericks can be had. And I definitely believe that you can score on the Dallas Mavericks. But it's going to be interesting for the Lakers, man. It really, really is. I look at this year and the Lakers and their record against winning teams. The Rockets are 6-29 against winning teams. The Hornets are 6-25. The Pistons are 8-29. The Suns are 8-27. The Lakers against winning teams, they're 11-24. 11-24 against winning teams. So when you get into the playoffs, you're playing all good teams. So can the Lakers play better down the stretch and win some of these games? They got 22 games left. 22 games left. So what's their record going to be at the end of the season? What does their record have to be to make the playoffs and avoid the play-in? I look at their schedule. They are in Dallas Sunday. That's a game that they could lose to Luka and Kyrie. And then they are in Memphis on Tuesday. You got to win one of those games. If you're the Lakers and you want to make the playoffs, you got to either beat the Mavericks or the Grizzlies. I think I would say that the Mavericks may be easier, but I don't know because the Grizzlies be struggling too. I don't know. They got the Thunder March 1st in Oklahoma City. Got to win that game. Got to win that game. I know Shea Alexander is having a great, great season, but if you want to be a playoff team, you got to beat the Thunder. Home against the Timberwolves next Friday. Home against the Warriors again next Sunday. They got Grizzlies, Raptors, Knicks, Pelicans, Rockets. They got to win all those games. Raptors, Knicks, Pelicans, Rockets. That's a 4-game stretch for the Lakers. March 10th through March 15th. I'm going to name those teams again. Raptors, Knicks, Pelicans, Rockets. They got to win all 4 of those games. They play the Magic March 19th. Home against the Suns March 22nd. And then they got a home and home against the Bulls. So it's gonna be interesting, man, for the Lakers, man. Like I hope they make the playoffs. And if they make the playoffs, if they are the 6th seed in the West, I think they can make some noise. I really, really do.